Robert, how you doing, man?
Hello. Very good.
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Welcome to the channel. You guys don't know Robert is one of the students in Copy Lead, and he's graciously want to come on and share his story to hopefully inspire you guys, also give you some value here and there to help you reach your goals. So, Robert, tell me some big wins from recently, some credibility for you, for them to listen to you.
Recently just closed a new client for a 2K retainer and a 1K setup fee and collected 10K in 4 months. Quickly went by, but it was a great result.
That's awesome,
Yeah,
man.
this is
So I'm gonna pull up the leaderboard too on CE real quick to see what place you are. So Robert joined literally like 3 or 4 months ago, and now he's already topping the leaderboards, coming in at on the cash collected. You're in fifth right now, cash collected. So 10K
sure.
since joining CE, that's amazing, dude. Props to you.
Thank you so
Props to
much.
you, bro. Yeah, I just want to have an honest conversation and hopefully inspire some people who were in minding your shoes not too long ago. So tell me kind of how you found copywriting. What led you to find this skill in the first place?
Well, I was in a place of I wanted to make more money. I had one client from video editing. I was, doing the work continuously. Like I didn't had a way out, and I have a bro who is also in business and he's trying to make money online. And he was like, you should learn something, you should learn a skill, you should move forward with that. And I was
Mm.
like, okay, what's in the space right now? Also, I tried, dropshipping, affiliate marketing, YouTube automations. I tried everything. I was like, I don't want to start a new, bad business model. It works, but I didn't stick with it. So it's like not right for me. So what should I do? I was like, I need a skill.
Mm.
Then I was searching for skills, and he also introduced me to like copywriting. I thought like copywriting is just a business model, but I was wrong because copywriting is a skill. I was like, okay, copywriting, I like this. Then he introduced your channel KJ Rainey. I was like, oh my God, who is this guy? Let's check the YouTube. And wow, I was amazed. I was really amazed because I felt like I'm getting so much value. Like I was consuming Charlie Morgan's videos, Sam Owens, old videos. I was like, I knew who, actually shows value and who's just trying to get some money from YouTube. So I was like, this guy actually knows his shit. So let's just see what he's doing. And I found some good videos and I was like, okay, I'm gonna place my bet on him. I will join CE and I don't care what happens, I will make it work. Because I was like, of
Yeah.
course, I was, anxious, like, oh my God, I have to pay money for someone. How will it work? Oh my God. And it's funny, actually. I booked a call, and then you had the multiple sales reps, and Mark was the guy who,
Oh,
closed me. But
Mark.
I was like,
Shout out to Mark. What an amazing
I
dude.
got a DM or I got an email from him that he just canceled my meeting because I didn't respond for something. I was like, bro, please don't. I want to join. Like, please don't. I replied to him in an email, like, please just get on and just let me in. Even if you would had, a sales page where it's like credit card I could type in and I could buy it. I would have done it, but it was different. But yeah, then joined, and this is
Yeah,
how
I
I
want
got
to
to know you.
I want to zoom in real quick on that moment. So this is a moment that happened for me. It happened with so many people who are actually successful with this thing now is you realize that you're kind of being sold business models for a while, and then you have this epiphany like it's not a business model that's going to save me. It's going to be skills. And so like can you kind of talk about that moment that you had? Like when did you realize like, "Oh wow, if I just learn an actual skill, this stuff might actually work instead of just copying some kind of, template or framework."
Well, how that happened with me is that when I was searching for, how I'm going to make more money, I was like, okay, what sounds interesting to me? And I was thinking about, should I just focus more on video editing or should I do something which is, a skill like, I don't know, design or anything like that? But I was like, listen to this, writing words that sell. Like, bro, I need this. I was like, copywriting is basically just words that sell. And I was like, if I have this skill, I can basically do almost anything from there because selling is like copywriting is very, close to sales because it's the same principles in persuasion. Of
Mm.
course, different tactics, but I realized that if I have this skill, whatever I do, I build upon a skill which is foundational. I was like, I
Mm.
need to put this in place. And basically, yeah, that was how I kind of realized that if I know how to, sell, not just, sales, but like words, whatever I do from there, like content, uh,
Yeah,
sales
bro.
pages or anything, which kind of relates to persuasion, I was like, that is going to work for me.
I say it's a magic moment when you realize that because if you're like us, if you're watching this video, if you're like me and Robert, we tried a bunch of crap before copywriting. And every time you try something, you kind of feel so destroyed because it's like you invested either money or time or just attention into this thing. And when you're done with it, it's like you just wasted all that. Versus copywriting was so different. It's every single attention point that I put into the skill of copywriting would literally just translate to everything I did forever. And that's a wonderful feeling that I'm thankful God, led us to this path. But so I want to know before we talk about, CE and your experience with that, how has the skill of copywriting and written persuasion translated into all those other things you already had?
Well, basically, I was doing video editing, but the techniques, more importantly, the principles on in copywriting, like simplicity, for example,
Mm,
it really pushed me forward that I can use it not just in copywriting, but everywhere else. So for my client who I was editing videos, I could create better videos, which got more views, and then I made more money on the back end. But also when I learned copywriting, like I just realized I was already in the, content space for a while now. I was trying to make it work for myself, even though it never really happened. I was like, now I have this skill and I can put the other skill I have, like video editing, and I can put it together with copywriting and I can help multiple people, scale from there. So it's like I was, I am one of the guys who has one of the best, I think, close rates in CE because I have multiple skills I can put together and sell
mm,
something to people. So I was like, I went to a sales call. I was like, I already know this because I have one client and I know how this works, but I just learned this new skill. I just put it together and I closed more clients easier and for more money.
mm.
So it was like a win-win situation for me. But even if I wouldn't have that skill of video editing, which is easy to learn as the same like copywriting, I would have made more money with copywriting if I would just only focus on that. Because it's
Yeah.
like that skill is is so important that if you just have that, like it beats almost everything.
Mm.
Because that skill, I would say that skill, copywriting, is basically the an amplifier to all of your skills and all of your knowledge. Because
Yeah, it's like the way I like to see it is exactly what you're explaining is I had these skills as well. I was an editor just like you. I did shorts before I found copywriting and had my own channels, all this garbage, but everything was dead. And so what copywriting did was it breathed life into everything I did. All of a sudden I knew how to edit better. I knew how to script things. I knew how to do my own channel. I knew how to sell stuff. I knew how to make a product. It's like all these skills that I had laying dormant, knowing how to color correct and I don't know, record on a camera became very useful once I had the persuasion. And that's why I feel like people like you have so much success so quickly. It's like you already had these little skills. Like most people watching this you have skills if you've been in this online game. But the reason they haven't worked is not because the skills aren't useful, it's because there was no copywriting to amplify it, like Robert said. And so I'm sure that's a great feeling being able to actually offer something, valuable, extremely valuable for once.
yeah, agreed on that. Well, I think copywriting is the amplifier
Yeah.
because you have to think so differently than any other skill. With editing, let's say as an example, how you make your edit, just catch attention. But copywriting, that's not enough. Like that's just the first step. Like that's easy. Like create some curiosity, but what's the next step? How you get deep into words that actually convince someone that click the buy button or read more or watch more the YouTube video. It's like it's a such a crucial skill that I think
Mm.
it was actually one of the best decisions I decided to learn because like from here, anything I do in life, I completely look at it differently. Like it's not just, seeing a billboard somewhere on
Mhm.
the road, I see like, okay, what are they doing there?
Yeah.
Why are they doing that?
Attention,
It's like
interest, interest.
I started analyzing everything through a copywriting, or not just copywriting, but with like sales and persuasion
Yeah.
view, and that allowed me to actually help to perform better in everyday situations. Like if I have to, convince my mom to let me do something, like, nah, I know how to do it.
You
Like I
know how
have
to
the
do it.
principles for that.
Yeah, I think it's amazing too because I'm sure you felt the same way. When I actually made it as an editor, like I did, I don't know, 400 million in shorts views in a year, nothing happened. Like I thought that views was like the thing. If I just get someone views, but I think my client made like 2K on that. He's probably spent, I don't know, like a grand a month on me. So it's like he lost money. And so I realized at that moment that views really don't matter. And when people say they want views, they want more clients or leads. And that's why copywriting is that thing where when you learn not just how to get someone's attention, but you know how to persuade them to do what you want to do, all of a sudden you become irreplaceable to your clients. Not just like, oh, this guy's cool, give
Yes.
me some views. Like you become that guy who like they can't live without because no business can live without copywriting, if we're being honest. And just it amplifies everything. But yeah, so I want to know, all right, you found copywriting and that was a huge epiphany, like it was for all of us. Why did you decide to join Copy Elite? Like what was kind of the reasoning before that? And be completely honest with me, you don't have to hold anything back.
I'm going to be honest because I watched a YouTube video from you. I was like, I have been editing videos myself, and I've seen that this video must have been taken from your course because
Mm,
it has some interesting editing. I was like, if this is one of the course modules, and I actually love the value which is inside, and this is just one simple thing, it will work. I was
mm.
like, I will go and join. I think it was one video which you were explaining first principles. I don't know if you have posted that in your on your YouTube.
Uh, Probably at some
Uh,
point, dude.
Unsure, but I was like looking at it and I seen that, how your docs look like. It was the same with Charlie Morgan's, type of how he posts his course
hmm
module. I was like, I see the pattern here. This may be a course module video. Let's just see what's the value. I was like, okay, I'm closed. I will join. That was basically
That's
that was the
crazy, man.
big lever for me.
Yeah, and a lot of people think that, I don't know, the course doesn't have that much depth over the free videos because of how valuable the free stuff is. But what was your reaction like when you first got in to Copy Elite?
Well, I have to say it's very, very in depth. Like it's hard to grasp the feeling that when you know something but you learn a little bit more and just a whole new door opens and it's like wow, even though I may sound that I knew some things here and there, but the
Mm,
whole connections with everything made it much easier to use it for yourself because a lot of people heard about first principles and heard about offer creation and niches and blah blah blah. Like, okay, it's good to hear it, but can you use it for yourself? And if you
yeah.
don't, like, it's worth nothing. But when you have when you have system and you have modules and you have value that is already put on together, all you need to do is copy and paste it basically for your own place. Then it's freaking easy to win. Like, I don't know how it would be hard for anyone to just stand on top of a giant. Like this is what I like to say: stand on top of a giant and just go forward. Like we
Yeah.
have everything to just start winning. All you need to do is take the action. And
Yeah.
we all know that if you don't take action, well, nothing is going to happen.
Mm. About to say, and that's a disclaimer I always want to say is this stuff isn't easy. It's simple. It's easier for people like Robert who are already been killing it, and they're just like all they needed was to be taught the real foundations of persuasion and systems and all that, and they just crush. But it does take some time, but it's so worth it because I that feeling of never seeing the world the same is honestly groundbreaking. I don't know, man. It's hard to explain to people who haven't gone through it, but when you realize that the world isn't just a massive mystery, there's actually a very concrete way that things work, and all you have to do is learn the way things work to be able to create the future you want. It's just like like, how is this not taught in school kind of thing? That's the first thought that I always have is like, why is no one teaching this? I don't know.
Yeah, it's true. It's a big problem, but thankfully we have CE. Like, man,
Take over the world.
huge. I
Yeah,
actually,
bro.
it isn't just the value, bro. Like the community is banger. I freaking love the community we have here
I was
inside.
like,
I didn't
what's
even,
your what's your favorite part of the community, like the actual Discord? Because there's so many features at this point that it's fun.
well, the leaderboard just now is like, I love it because
That's
I have the
fun.
feeling of let's go rivals, competition,
Yeah.
let's grow together. Otherwise, it's like I never had a community of people who actually want to win online. I
Mm.
have one friend who just does it and we talk every 2 weeks, but it's like having a community with a lot of people who are all similar minded. It's just such an incredible feeling. I didn't, you know, think that it will make this much of a difference. But right now, being with them, talking to them, either in the general chat or just going to the coaching calls and just yapping in the chat while you're teaching something, like it's such a great feeling. It just disconnects you from the sometimes painful work because not everything goes easily.
Yeah.
Like it will take time and it will take effort, but like having the people around you continuously helping you, teaching something, giving value to each other, or just yapping about something which is a good idea, or basically anything. I just feel much connected to this space, and I think it's much easier to grow with the right community because everyone is growing. Like if you don't grow, well, you're going to be, excluded or something.
Oh, it's just being around winners, to be honest. It
Yeah.
makes you want to win and win more. And like what was your we won't go deep because I know people will get obsessed with it because we're a bunch of gamers. But
Nerds.
what was your three favorite video games growing up? Or I guess like
Um,
recent history.
I was Fortnite player, Rocket League player, and I think Rainbow Six Siege. Those were
Okay.
the big.
So I found that most people like us are all the same. It's usually very competitive multiplayer games or some aspect to that. It's always multiplayer. And so what I think that the reason why CE is just so crucial to all, not just you guys like me, dude. Like I don't know what I would do without you guys. Like I love the community. I feel basically like you go from playing this really hard video game of online business in single player, which all of us don't play single player games and we don't really like it. Versus now you become multiplayer and you have your team with you. It's also a competition between your team who can get the most calls booked, most cash. And all of a sudden it now becomes not just like a painful challenge, but a fun challenge where you're just so much more motivated. It's just like a video game. It becomes really
Yeah.
fun and all of a sudden next thing you know, you don't want to log out. Like you're having time, you're having to yeah, like the questions from Copy Elite and the coaching calls went from like how do we work to now it's got to like how do we stop working? Like I can't that's literally the questions we got on the last call was you were asking I have too much money, how do I do how do I sort out
No.
taxes? Someone else was like I
Yeah.
have too many clients, what do I do? And then other people were like how do I stop working? How do I actually rest? So it's like it's amazing, bro.
Yeah, it's very different. Also, coming back to the video game analogy, which is very great. Me and my friends back in, I don't know, 2018, 2017, we were playing Minecraft. But what we did all the time, we were building systems and farms. Like we were
Yeah.
building continuously farms. And I feel the same way being here. It's like either you or us, we are building systems which are continuously printing money, basically.
Yeah. Dude, the parallels are insane. And it's really
Yeah.
cool because I think back to my Minecraft days. I'm an OGer, and I had my own server, and I actually had ranks. This is in middle school. You could buy a rank. You could buy build a rank and unlock these like new perks. And I was trying to set up like survival games back when it first came out, and spleefing. You ever play that?
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, yeah. So I tried to set one of those arenas. It was like building systems and building things, but I was in the wrong spot. I didn't realize you could do it. When you realize you can build those things in real life, you're just like, oh my. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know. Have
It's
you
like,
watched the Meta System yet? The hyperproductivity course yet?
No, I haven't had the
Okay,
time, but
that's gonna.
I'm so curious about it, bro. Like
Oh,
so many questions were around productivity. It's like everyone just wants to know.
I want to say, wait till you watch that because that'll yeah. This new module dropped yesterday for you guys who are watching online, uh, and it's probably the craziest thing I've ever created in my life. Uh, it's wild, but you'll love the systems part in that. Um,
Even
but
though
yeah, man.
we
So
have, yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
no, I was gonna had to get us off video games before we derail too hard. But bunch of gamer nerds. So found copywriting, had the epiphany, joined CE, started going through all the modules and everything, being an amazing product community. Shout out to everybody like Robert who comes to like all the calls and is just a bro. Tell me a little bit about your journey over the past few months and like how you've grown just using this knowledge you've got so far in the systems.
Well, basically, let's start with the high value outreach 2.0 system
Mm.
because after I joined, first day set it the whole thing up. And after, the 14-day trial period, because back then we didn't have the DM Lightning system,
Yeah.
even though right now I would crush with that. I was firstly starting with high value 2.0. I was like, okay, let's set it up. Then basically, even though I had a not perfect system. I wasn't in KPI in just I'm still not, but that doesn't matter. It's like, okay, KJ said, do this. I did that every single day. That's all I did. Like, I don't know, first 2 days, nothing happened. Third day, positive reply. Fourth day, booked call. Like,
Wow.
it was like easy, even though, some people like asked me like, bro, how? Like in the community, like, bro, how did you book that call? But the thing which KJ said, like copy, like go and do that. Like, why don't you just copy something that actually works? And that's what I did. I didn't do, I haven't, came up with my own unique system. I didn't do anything, just simply copied what you have said, did that, went to the sales call, just as you have mentioned it. The first one was really shit, to be honest. I was like, what am I doing here? The bro
Exactly.
even said to me like, yeah, I have a copywriter, I have a video editor. I don't know why I'm here. Like I was, what, why are you in a sales call with me? No, doesn't matter. It's like book the first sales call, second sales call, I actually closed the client. Third sales call, I got it was a, how, I have to think about it, objection. I was like, hell no,
Uh,
let's do a free work.
nice.
Then did a free work. Sadly, didn't close the client because I wasn't that great copywriter back then. Then third, fourth call, another client. Fifth call, another client. Sixth call, another client. So it's like, it's simple. If you have the knowledge, the systems, basically everything that you know is working, like it's working, just copy it. And
Yeah.
of course, the reason I think I actually made it so successful so quickly is that I was really obsessed with it. Like I
Mm.
joined, first day set it up the whole thing. Didn't, watch any modules yet. I didn't know how to do any copy. I didn't care. I know that if I want to clients, I need the system. Then next day, in the system, we are sending looms.
Mm.
One of the biggest bottlenecks someone can have is the loom. Even though right now it's not that good, what I did every day, I watched all the already existing, reviews or the Loom Hall of Fame, and I was like writing down what I can improve on every single day. And the next day, I completely re-recorded it. Also, going to the coaches every single day, like how can I make this Loom better? And it's like in 5 days, I couldn't even yet send any kind of outreach. My, system was somewhat great because I was obsessed. Like I need to
Yeah.
make this work. I will make this work. And basically, it's the same with everyone else who's like, I want clients, either copywriting, I want to make money. You have the systems, join, do what they say to do, and it will work. And it needs that little push from your end that is like, if you
Yeah.
don't, try to make it better, of course, like you can't give us copyright like clients just like a snap. We have to do something on our end. So that's why I was like, I will do everything I can, and it has results. Like all I have to
Yeah.
do, I have to say, it's like, do it.
People ask like how, like what so I've had people ask like, what separates, your best students who get the crazy results from people who are just average or who don't get anything. And I'm like, you're not gonna like the answer, but it's the people who watch the modules, do what they say, come to a coaching call, submit reviews, and do it again the next day. And every single person who does that like makes money. And people are
Yes.
asking like, well, that's crazy. How does your program work so well? It's like, well, you just build something that works and help people do it. And sure enough, like people like Robert just find it and use it to crush. And so it's props to you for taking action because that's a huge part. You know, you do have to take action. There's nothing I can't come over there and like move your guys' hand to write stuff for you, but we get as close as we can to that.
Yeah,
Um,
it's really true.
and it's cool
It's
to see
like
that you know that people use those Loom reviews in the Hall of Fame and stuff like that to just because that's why I intended it, bro. I knew that for the killers, it would just be so useful for you guys to iterate like that and just get up to speed with some of the best guys as quick as possible.
it works. Even though,
Yeah.
when I joined and when I closed my second client, until then, I didn't even write any copy. Never, ever I wrote any copy. And I was kind of ahead than those people who are, writing copy every day. Of
Mm,
course, you need to improve your sales skills now. That's very important. But it's like I really focused on getting the first part right. Like
mm,
I want clients. That's when I'm done with that, or it's kind of working. I will improve my skills as much as possible. Right now,
yeah.
I'm in the same loop. Like I had some clients, new clients, and I'm just focusing all on my skills. And it's like we
Yeah.
have we have every system for that. Of course, system may sound like complicated or anything like that, but it's like no, KJ tells you do this, 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 and it will work. And you will do that, 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 and you will have results, you will have money. Yeah, it's like
It's crazy.
uh, if people do overcomplicate it, but
Yeah.
I think with the right people and the right systems, it's kind of easy, let's say that.
Yeah. And that's the whole idea. It's like whether, if anyone watching this, like whether you work with Copy or another program, whatever, just always look for like, you need to have the roadmap, meaning like the modules, the systems, everything for you. And but you also need to have guardrails, which are the coaching calls, me and the coaches, like where anytime you do get off path or you hit a little roadblock or you're a little confused, you have those calls where you can just bounce right back on the path and keep going. And so like the people who succeed super fast with CE or any other like real good program is they just follow the roadmap. When they get off, they hit a coaching call, immediately hop back on. And next thing you know, 2 months later, they have paying clients. And I would say that, you knew more copy than you thought because by making the outreach work, you're already better than most copywriters. Because if you can't get a client with outreach, how good are you really at persuasion? Not
True.
a whole lot. And so I think that you learned a lot of persuasion through outreach, which I think is the best way to do it. Is like get a client for yourself by learning persuasion and then persuade for them. So yeah,
Yeah.
props to you for doing that. Um,
Also, it's like with the new system, like DM Lightning, like, bro, like easy, easy.
yeah,
Like, look at Mr. T, like, bro, like it works. Like these systems really work. Like if someone, can't really work or sit down and just put their efforts into it, like they can't really expect anything. I
yeah.
think that's the most important, whatever happens. But with good systems, freaking easy.
And people don't understand that the barrier to entry is almost non-existent. Like that's how lazy people really are. Because like it's not hard at all. Like when now we have DM Lightning and you set it up within 24 hours. I mean, you set up half hours too in 24 hours, which is crazy, but you still have to wait like the waiting period. But DM Lightning, you literally could start sending DMs today and people are getting calls the same day they join just from taking the smallest amount of action, copying our scripts and then just running it. It's like obviously you're not going to make $1 million just by copying people's stuff, but you can get clients immediately by copying our systems, which is cool in Copy because a lot of people are they're just alone and they don't realize how easy it can be. And so whenever they join, all their beliefs are shattered. They see people booking call after call after call, client, revenue share, and all of a sudden you think that, you know what, if they're doing it, I can do it. It's like
Yeah.
a it's like a ceiling shot, like musty flick or whatever. It's like no one thought that was possible until someone did it, and now everyone does. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course, but it's like it's it's just the beginning. Like
Yeah.
Vin's page is only the beginning. Like if you go to the leaderboard, like first person, like he joined like 1 year ago, or I don't know when did
Yeah.
Jason joined. It's
Yeah. A
like
year and a month ago, I think. Yeah.
bro, like 7 or 70K or something
70,
like that.
70K so far.
Bro, it's like I feel I'm getting better, but that's
Hmm.
far ahead of me. I'm like, I want to go there in the same period. I want to beat him. Like,
Yeah.
I know I can beat him, even though, it's not that easy to say that, but with the systems, it works. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
It's crazy, man.
but also, DM Lightning, you can get clients and be a better copywriter. Like, why? Please.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't, Robert. It's one of my biggest mental problems is like why some people don't want to win, it seems like. But and if you guys are watching this, you're like, oh, this is a giant sales pitch. Yeah, I guess you're right, but it's honestly true. But also it's not at the same time because I've released multiple systems for free on the YouTube channel. And so like I think I have one called How to Sign $1,000 Copywriting Clients. That junk works. Like people have DM'd me, they've signed $1,000 copywriting clients. So if you don't have any money, don't apply for CE. Go watch the free stuff. Honestly, I try to help everyone, not just people who have money, but genuinely everyone. So go hit that up. But yeah, so Robert, I just want to like, what what would you say to people? What would you say to Robert from 6 months ago who's watching this? Like, what advice would you give him to just honestly just enhance his life, like to win as quick as possible? Or what do you wish you would have known?
Well, I do remember that I was watching the interview from Ben after or before I decided to join. So I know what it feels like for someone to watch a video, see success, and think whether this will work for me. Because it's not the question of will it work, or it's a question of when.
Mm,
But the um only advice I would really say is like the most important one is to have trust. Because trust God and trust that you, like you yourself, and other people's help, you can make it. Because,
yeah.
yeah, I can say, I trust myself, I can do it in a year, but that's a year. If I trust your systems, I can do it in not half a year, like 2 months. So it's like, it's the question of how much do you want it? Because you can make it. You just need to trust. I
Mm,
did that's the only thing I can say basically
yeah.
because I know it works.
And dude, I've done a couple interviews at this point, and to me, it's just wild because the same thing, like with you, Ben Griff, it's like you were just someone on the other side of the screen watching this YouTube video with Ben, and then you join 4 months later, you're now on the other side. Like you're the guy who'd made money, who's asking me how to deal with taxes because you make more than doctors where you're from, and you're like, help. Like you went from being this person who's watching the video to now being on this side of the screen. And I want that for everybody, whether you work with us or not. I want that for everyone to just see that level of success. But Robert's right. It all starts with faith, and that's why Jesus said in the Bible, like, truly I say to you, if you had faith the size of a mustard seed, you could say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it would move, and nothing would be impossible for you. Now, obviously, he's talking about faith in God, which is the most important. But it's like if you don't really think that you can make stuff work, and you don't have faith that anyone's actually good in this world, then that your reality is going to represent that. And so some of you guys need to, like I said, not saying you should just join seed. It's not the thing here. You can if you want to. But I'm just saying you need to take a step of faith of like if you really think that this path is for you, you need to like pray through it and then commit to it and have some faith that you're going to make stuff work. Because just like Robert said, it's really not that hard and it does work.
Can I add one
Yeah,
thing
please, please,
here?
please.
Because I was watching Ben's interview. I was like, I don't know what was the title, but it's around 10K a month.
Hmm.
And I watched him, and he mentioned how it would have taken him, I don't know, half a year, but through CE, he made it in 3 months. I was like, okay, I trust this program. And like, believe me here for a minute, I actually thought that I will be the next person who will be on the interview because I actually thought about, I don't care what happens,
That's
I will
crazy.
join and I will make sure that I will be the next person who can say to other people on the other side of the screen that it is working. It's very funny to say, but I had that thought.
That's
And
crazy, bro.
faith, call it trust, call whatever you want it.
Yeah,
I'm here. I
yeah,
did my part. I believed in God and believed in the systems. I believe that it will work, and I'm here. It's
yeah.
funny, but it's true.
It's true, man. And you gotta have faith in the abilities that God has given you and the skills. And it's like this is the reality is this is a lonely path. Like it's not luckily we have this community, which is dope, so it's not, lonely for us anymore. But speaking in like worldly terms, like if I look outside, there's a bunch of people at the pool right now. They have no clue what this is. They don't even know who Iman is. That's how unaware they are. So the percentage of people on this road is very, very slim. And so if you're destined to be here, you need to like be like, all right, this is it. And I'm gonna make this work because the skills God has given me and have faith. So
Yeah.
hopefully somebody needed that today, and it's gonna help some of y'all. And some of y'all need to get rid of freaking distractions, bro. If you want to be in the 0.01%, you realize you cannot do what the 99.9% of people do, right? So you have to go through that period of locking in and taking sacrifices and taking some risk, to be honest.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's my rant for today. I just wish everyone could be on your side of the screen, bro. That's like my ultimate goal is like if every person who wants to succeed in this game succeeds, like that's my mission. But
It, it's really
anyways,
interesting to talk about this because, when I was joining, it was kind of a hard decision. Like, I'm from not a third world country, but second or whatever you name it. It's
yeah.
like, okay, like some money. Okay, I don't care. I will make it work. And sometimes I do question myself or I doubt myself, like whether it will work or this and that. But it's like, even not even me, but it's like the community is there. The community is there. You are there. So as you have mentioned, like whenever you're derailing, ask
Mm,
the question, perform the task, like do the work, whatever it is, you have people who can guide you, people who are
mm,
just one step ahead of you, two step ahead of you, or multiple steps ahead of us, like you, for example. Like whatever happens, there is always someone to guide you,
yeah.
whatever your place you're at. Like from the community, there are other members who are making really good money with different types of things. You can ask them. You can go for different. You can go and ask them different type of questions, not just the ones you can answer, but basically anything. And also the live calls, man. Like, bro, talking about life here,
So much fun.
like, yeah, different.
They're a gift, man. They're a gift.
True.
Um, yeah. Those of y'all who don't know, we have calls on Friday. We actually have one in an hour and 15 where there's no like business questions allowed as far as like technical, whatever. And it's just about life because of how rare people like us are. We don't really have friends. I'm guessing most of you watching this, you were the one weird kid out of your friend group who would go way too hard on video games. And by the time that all the other friends were on the next game, you were at 2,000 hours deep on the last one you guys were playing. Um, and so it can be hard to find people who feel the same. And that's why it's cool to just be able to have a call where we just chill, talk about how weird we are. So, um,
Yeah, true.
anyways, Robert, I don't want to take too much of your time, bro. I appreciate you so much for coming on and being an inspiration to the guys who were in your shoes 4 months ago. So, any last words to the people from the KJ channel?
KJ channel. Well, I've been there. I am still watching it. Uh, keep up the watching, keep watching the videos, and decide to join. Like it's a good decision. Like I can't say it enough. Like the community is worth it. The knowledge is worth it. The people are worth it. Perfect. Like I don't have any other words to say.
You're
Yeah,
too
of
good
course.
to us, Robert.
Yeah, of course. Don't forget to work, but
Yeah,
it's it's easy if it's all aligned.
yeah. Let's say, well, Robert, thank you, man, for coming on.
Thank you so
You
much
guys show
for
some love in the comments if you're watching this to Robert, because there's a lot of people that succeed with CE, but not everybody wants to come on and share their story and be vulnerable. So show some love to Robert. Thank him for sharing the story with us. And this is only part one because I'm looking forward to a part two in a little bit when you're doing crazy
Hopefully.
numbers. Yeah, Lord willing, man. Lord willing that happens.
Yes.
But thank you, Robert. And
Thank you so much for
yeah,
calling me here.
yeah. I'll see you in an hour 15 on the live call, yeah.
I will be there. I have questions.
Always, always, bro. Always. All right. See you guys later.
Yeah.
That was dope, bro. That was sick.
Huge, bro.
That
Oh
was
my
sick, man.
God. I almost forgot how to speak English for the some minutes.
No, dude, that was great. That was perfect. I think it's gonna help so many people, man.
It's so funny to actually say this, but I was when I was watching Ben, I truly was watching the video and I looked at Ben. I was like, no, I have to be the next one there. I have to be the next one. It's so hard to grasp it, but like I was anxious state. Should I join? Should I not join? Like in my currency, it's more money. Like should I do it now? Let's go. I will
Yeah.
do it. No, so with Mark, bro, Mark just canceled my call. Like what a freak! I was like,
Bro, our
I don't
old
know if I.
system was so busted. That just speaks to how awesome you guys are. Who the guys who were like, I'm gonna make them take my money because I don't know what we were doing back then, bro.
It's so funny that like if someone else would had that system, like I wouldn't even have paid. But I was like so eager to join. Like, bro,
Yeah,
let me in.
yeah.
I'm like I would have paid even if you would had that buy button. I just wanted to
You
be
know what's
in.
crazy though is school just launched one-time payments. Uh,
What?
yeah, it happened yesterday. I kid you not, we've had payment processor on our wall in the office. Like we have a prayer list of like business, prayer lists of like life and friends in the office, and on our prayer wall was payment processor. And like literally within a week, all of a sudden there's a post from Sam Ovens saying like school might release one-time payments like up to 10K. I
Wow.
literally commented I would cry. And then next thing I know, last night I look at school and they'd released it. So now like you don't have to charge monthly, you can charge one time through school. So I'm just
Huge.
like because that's I mean, we do everything on school. Why not? That's just incredible. So all that to
Yeah.
say like the buying over the friggin' video.
I would have
Imagine
done it.
Bro, imagine like when you get a program that is so genuinely like good that your low ticket then becomes like a 5K like checkout on a
Dude.
sales page. Don't
Actually,
show this to my sales reps.
you need a kind of I don't know actually what happened with me. Like I was so, I already been in this space for a time now. I was like, I want to make so much more money. How can
Yeah.
I do it? Let's learn copywriting. And I was like, this guy knows what he's talking about. Like I've seen from your course module videos, and I was like, I need to be in. And I would have bought like it's so funny to say like I would have bought a 4K program just with a buy button because I
Uh,
I knew that if I join I will make it work. It's
yeah.
not that it wasn't just only the value, but I know how much work it actually
Yeah.
means. So it was like I wanted to, learn copywriting and get clients. Like, okay, what to do? Well, I need to come up with my own system. I knew I need to have a system, but I didn't have. And I was like, should I waste time or should I pay money for systems? I would rather pay money. I was
Yeah.
like, done. I have the system. I can run it up for myself. And it's working
I
really
mean,
good.
that's what's crazy is like you made your money back, very quickly.
Two months. I needed 2 months.
Yeah, which is insane. I mean, think about like college. It takes you what, 20 years to pay off a college loan? When you buy like
No
genuinely
way.
real education that you care about, it's like a 2 month thing. I mean, it's just ridiculous. That's why let's mess around and take down college. That's all I'm saying. Let's ruin it.
Yeah, it's
Let's
true.
ruin.
But it's very
Uh,
interesting that some people, who have joined, like asked me, like it truly asked me, like, how, Robert, how? Like, what did you do? I just simply straight up told them, like, KJ gave you the system, run it,
yeah,
please. Like, I know that, even with your course, like, you can't make it like perfect for everyone. Like, someone will have some problems or anything like that. But like, those people who join with the doubt that it will not work. I also had that. Like I had to pay money up front. Like what if it won't work?
Yeah.
Run it up. It will work. It's like so so easy, but so hard for some people. I don't know why,
Well,
but
that's why like we've
yeah,
like I this is something that's been on my heart for a while. Like there's nothing worse to me than someone joining and not getting results, even though I can't do it for them. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And so like I've swapped a lot on the front end of instead of copying all these other gurus who just sell because they want to make more money, they don't really care about what happens to the people. I really want to swap where it's like, how do we, and I've told my sales guys this, like, if you see someone on a sales call who genuinely doesn't look like they're going to win with this program just because of where they're at, not the program's fault, but where they're at currently, like, let's not sell them because it's not going to help them. It's, yeah, we make some money, but like at what cost, right? Someone joined and they just didn't do anything. And so like trying to swap our marketing with, to only, to only, attract like S tier people. And that's,
yeah.
I mean, it's been like this for a couple months now. And now we're seeing that, and there, I mean, the leaderboards, like people, it's crazy, bro. That Ethan got joined like legit, what, 3 weeks ago? No, that was very, so like I would say 7 weeks ago.
Bro,
And dude's
huge. I
already,
don't know.
he's already hiring people. Like what in the, what in the
That's
world,
huge.
bro?
Bro just knows his
Uh,
shit. Like to be honest, like
yeah. Well, it's like that's what
just
happens when that's what like it's a partnership. Like I can only make the program so good, but if you don't run it, it doesn't matter.
yeah.
So like, but if you're
That
someone is gonna run and you have the stuff to run with, it's just like,
true. Also, it's like you had the hyper learning cycle, and I kind of I wasn't humble enough to use it. I was like, oh, I know my shit. Like, I know
ah,
how I'm doing it. I was like, yeah, no.
no,
I just I this week literally like this week I started using the hyper learning cycle really in depth. Like just really I that's just the whole copywriting, like understanding
yeah,
everything from zero. And it's like, oh my God, I'm improving so much. I don't know why I haven't done this
yeah,
yet. Because it's like, I don't know if you had this when you started, improving. It was like, okay, I want to improve in video editing or I want to improve in copywriting. How? And I had this problem like for a long period of time. Like, how? I was like, there is the hyperlearning site and didn't started using it. And
yeah,
now when I am starting to using it, so easy to improve because you have that conscious, continuous iteration.
yeah,
Before that, I didn't have any system for this, and I didn't know how to improve in anything. Basically, just doing and consuming. But of course, I did analyze, but it wasn't put in one good system. And this
hmm,
system was like I implemented it, and I think I will keep doing this until I die. Like
yeah.
every day if I just do it on whatever I want to do, like I'm more interested in personal branding, like every single day, if I do it, I will win. There is no other way. Like so
Dude,
easy, but I wasn't humble enough.
that's what's wild is a lot of this stuff, or not a lot of it, like at least the concept, the core concepts of what I teach, really, like someone could win with just my free videos. Like if you just looked at all the principal videos I made, my latest video was literally just the hyper learning cycle in detail. But either no one's humble enough or they don't have any chips on the table. And that's what I mean by like, I can't just give you the stuff. You can't watch a video and make $1 million. You have to watch a video and take action on it to make $1 million. And so most people like they have to pay high ticket for it to work. And it's not because you know the program like it's not because the free videos weren't good enough. It's because they didn't have any poker chips on the table. But when
Yeah.
they put that money on the table, all of a sudden they have skin in the game and they take action on what I tell them and they make money.
Boom.
Who would have guessed? Because trust me,
It's
bro, like we've thought about giving away like the whole program for free. I don't know. Like I've toyed with this idea of like how
mm,
come, but every time I realize that currently at its current stage, like it just wouldn't work because people don't have that
yeah,
buy-in. It would like don't get me wrong. Some people are just absolutely killers and they would make it work, but like the percentage of people would be very, very low. Um,
true. But
so I don't know.
also when I was before I decided to join, I was like, oh, this KJ just knows what he's doing. So let's just steal what he's doing from his free YouTube videos. But then I realized that it's not in one place.
Yeah.
So I was
Yeah, that's
like,
the issue.
the one of the reasons I actually decided to really join is that if I want to make something actually work, I knew that I need simplicity. Like
Yeah.
I can't have a lot of overhead. And if whatever I want to do, I need I need to go and watch your YouTube video from top to end again. It's like it's not going to work. So
Hmm.
if I want to improve as fast as possible, I need a very easy system to use knowledge. How? Join, everything's there. If I ask questions there, that's all.
Yeah.
Also, it's like I knew that, I need opinions and feedback on what I'm doing to improve on that. And I was like, I just heard from Mark that you are guys doing it. I was like, on the sales call, I don't know if you have the footage. I was like, bro, you are giving out feedback on the videos or on the thing. I was like, let me in, bro. Just please show me where to buy.
Take my
Fuck no.
money.
It was so funny. I don't know if you have the footage of my sales
I
call.
need to
I was
find it.
so bored. I just wanted to buy.
Like,
Please
just
let
give
me.
me the link, brother. Uh no, it really is so simple, bro. It's so simple,
Yeah,
but people just don't do it, and that is the value of the course. It's like, yeah, there's a bajillion things I haven't put on YouTube, but also even the stuff that's on YouTube, it's instead of it being just randomly in a video with an intro and like it's all in a course, and you just literally go
yeah.
one, two, three, four, five. Uh, yeah, and there's value in that, just the clarity. But
Easy,
well, anyways,
quick.
man, I don't want to take up the rest of your day. I'm chilling, but I appreciate